Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emery. This is a part 2 to my intro to my 100 baby challenge. If you haven't seen the first part, which is the create a sim for this, where I make our lovely founder sim Janelle, I'm gonna put a card up top so you guys can go watch that video, but this is the speed build for our 100 baby house. So obviously this is going to cost more than a starter house. I did mention in the first video that we're going to be using free real estate so that we can kind of have a basic house to start off with. But yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys. I am not a builder by any means, but I did want to show you guys what I kind of made for the challenge. Also, this doesn't mean that it's going to be our only house. I'm definitely going to be changing up things as we go throughout the series, obviously adding, taking away, you know the drill. But I am planning on staying on this lot for the most part, unless we end up growing out of it, which I don't know if we will, but who knows. Speaking of changes though, this house took a lot out of me. As I said, I'm not a huge builder. I watch Jessica Pie and Simlicy, and that's about as much building as I do on a normal basis. You can actually see the shell of this house was inspired very heavily by one of Simlicy's builds. So the shell is basically Simlicy's, so all credit goes to her, but I can't do things by myself, so I take inspiration from other people. So Simlicy, I'm sorry for stealing your build if that's an issue. I tried my best though. The house did have quite a few changes, and it probably is going to change again before this even gets uploaded, or if the series starts, it's going to change probably. I initially built the shell, which you're watching right now, and you can probably tell that I have ADHD with the way that I built this because Lord knows I went all over the place. But it is entirely different inside. I ended up building an entirely separate interior of the house, and then I scrapped it and changed it completely. That same goes for the backyard of the house, which I didn't even end up recording. I ended up not being able to record that. I completely just forgot to unpause my recording, if I'm being honest, but there will be screenshots at the end of the video, including what the backyard looks like, so you guys will be seeing it at the end of the video. I just didn't record it, unfortunately. And what you guys are also seeing right now is my lack of ability to landscape. I can't do it for the life of me. I'm trying to learn, so maybe we will learn these things together. If you guys have any, tips for landscaping, please leave them down in the comments. I'm trying my best, but as you can see, it's a mess, so we're working on it. This did bring up a lot of challenges for me though, this build. I did start off with, obviously I said, a completely different interior, but while building the interior of this house, I ended up realizing that I hated so much of my build by CC, which obviously no hate to the creators of that CC, they're all amazing, but I recently switched mainly to kind of the Maxis Mix side of build by, and also just my gameplay in general, so I have tried to become more of the Maxis Match, kind of Maxis Mix, you know the drill. But doing that, I did not switch over in my build by, so I ended up having to do a complete rehaul of my build by CC folders, and also mods and stuff. I had to refresh all of that, but that took a few days. So 5 days later, I came back and rebuilt the entire interior of this house, and I'm much more pleased with how this version came out compared to the initial version. Big shout out to Hey Harry, Felix Andre, 6MCC was another big one. But I re-downloaded a bunch of CC. You're obviously seeing some of that in the kitchen here. So this is on my gallery. I will say that the build is on my gallery, but it obviously does have mods and CC in it. So if you guys do have similar CC, feel free to download it. I don't know if anyone will, obviously, because I am a novice builder at best, but it is there if you guys want to see it. You can download it for yourself. I'd love to hear what you guys are planning on doing for the infant update. But another issue I had was Reshade and G-Shade. I know a lot of simmers are talking about it right now. So I had to switch back to Reshade 3.0.8, which I will say I was a bit hesitant at first because I had been really comfortable using G-Shade at that point, so switching back to Reshade felt like a task and a half. But honestly, since changing back, it's been a whole lot easier to work with. Reshade is a whole lot easier on my computer than it used to be. So I definitely am happy with going back, and I know people are saying Gshade is back, you know, they fixed the issues, but putting malware in your downloads just doesn't sit right with me. Like, if you're gonna do that, I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way, so obviously if you like Gshade better, you can use Gshade. I'm not gonna like bully you for picking a different program than me. I'm just saying, for right now, I'm using Reshade. I don't know specifically what Reshade preset I'm using. I can find out that later in gameplay. But I realized my Gshade presets that I did like did not work with my Reshade. Specifically, Elena here on YouTube makes amazing Gshade presets. I used Angelic for a long time, and I planned on using her latest preset for this challenge specifically, but obviously with Gshade kind of going out the window, I had to switch. So if Elena does ever put those presets onto Reshade again, I definitely will be using them. But for right now, we're working with what we got. So we're working with it. So now that I'm done rambling, we can talk a little bit more about the house. But if you guys have seen the Create-A-Sim, you will kind of know what Janelle's color scheme is. It's very like farmhouse, kind of warm browns, warm oranges, browns, yellows, more of like the warm green colors, sage green. I did try to stick to those colors in the main areas of the house, so like obviously you just saw the kitchen and the laundry room, and now we're moving on to the living room, so those are all gonna follow very similar color schemes, and I tried my best to use these lamps that I got for CC downloaded, because I usually just stick with the really tiny ceiling light, because it's like, it doesn't really show up in gameplay, it's easy to not really, you know, see and have to deal with, but I'm trying to force myself to use actual light fixtures because they look better to me, and despite they can be annoying in gameplay, they're nice for screenshots, they're nice for gameplay, and I'm a sucker for realism, so I'm trying my best to use them. But the main rooms, I did stick with that color scheme, but you will see in some of the bedrooms and the like other activity rooms, I did kind of branch out to like funkier styles, so like you'll see here in a minute when we get to like the toddler and child bedrooms, which are downstairs. I did kind of go for like more of a funkier theme. I think the toddlers' rooms are like a pink and white kind of color, and then the children's bedrooms are like dinosaur themed, and again, decorations are limited, but I use like funky wallpapers that I usually wouldn't use in a house. I'm very basic, honestly, when I play with houses that I built or renovated, but I think I did pretty cool with this. I will say there are a lot of bedrooms because we will be having a lot of children, but all of them kind of have specific meanings. So downstairs we have the toddlers and the children. Toddlers, it's just easier to have them on the main floor, in my opinion. You don't have to get them up and downstairs all the time, and teenagers can help with the toddlers downstairs once they're aged up to that. And children is just easy because children and teens, they're just gonna sleep in whatever beds they get, in all honesty, so those bedrooms are kind of reversible, you know. But then upstairs we have the teen bedroom and obviously the matriarch or the mom's bedroom, so Janelle's bedroom upstairs. You'll see that towards the end of the video-ish, but we also have in the room to what you guys are seeing now is the left corner. That's what I'm calling the homework room, because a lot of what makes this challenge hard is that you have to put in a lot of effort to get grades high, get skills high, and so I'm kind of cheating the system a little bit and using the decorative lights that you get if you own the Sims 3 expansions. So you get like focusing decor, romantic decor, they all have like emotional auras that you can turn on, and it, you know, makes your sim focused if they're in that room, blah blah blah. So I took care of that, so we're gonna put all the Sims that have to do homework in the homework room, and they're gonna do stuff while focused, and it'll be easier and skills will get higher. It made sense to me, and I've seen Lil Simsy do it, so I have to take her credit because she finished the 100 Baby Challenge, so we listened to her. But obviously, you guys saw I'm not great at landscaping, but I'm pretty impressed with how I decorated the downstairs for the most part. I did end up getting really tired honestly, as we got to like the upstairs, especially because at that point I had been recording for like 2 hours, and sitting and building a house when you are disabled and shouldn't really be sitting for 2 hours straight anyways is obviously a trick and a half to get through. But I'm pumped to start the series, and especially with the infant update only being like a week away, I'm ready for babies to not be objects anymore. I will say I am worried with how broken mods are going to be, because the last few big updates we've had have messed a lot with CC and mods. We had CC beds break, we had CC chairs break, and just the possibility of babies being introduced. I'm really curious to see how they're gonna not have it be a disaster and a half. So I'm sending all of my good vibes out there to CC creators to hopefully have it not be utter chaos when the release comes out on the 14th. As someone who uses a lot of CC and mods and obviously knows a lot of CC creators, I know it's going to be a task for them to get all of their stuff updated. But we'll deal with it when we get there, and CC creators and mod creators, you will get through it too. I'm rooting for you. I also will mention one last thing as we get further and further into the video. I personally am not going to be able to purchase the expansion pack, so I'm just not in a place right now to justify spending $50 on a game. I do love it. I love the idea. I really do eventually want to get the pack. It's just right now it's not in the budget for me. So I will say that for my series, I will not be having the expansion pack unless I am able to snag a giveaway on Twitter, which if you aren't following me on Twitter, you should go do that. It's at Small Apple, same as everywhere. It's always linked down in the description, so you can check it out there. But if I can snag it there, I will definitely put it in the challenge and in the videos. But I just wanted to say, as of right now, it's not, unfortunately, going to be in my game as of right now. But also, one last thing. We recently hit 200 subscribers, and I am just incredibly thankful for you guys. I always wanted to be on YouTube, and it's been a really cool feeling to be able to say that I can do YouTube and that I have, you know, my small little audience of you guys, and it's really awesome to be able to do this and enjoy it and put effort into it and kind of see that people are enjoying my content as much as I'm putting it out. And I feel like as a disabled creator especially, I feel really honored to have this growing audience and you guys consuming my content and obviously being very nice and supportive. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, like I said, and obviously I'm nowhere near full-time YouTube as a job yet, but it feels nice to have your work pay off for once. So I am very appreciative of you guys, you know, the cheesy YouTuber lines, I wouldn't be here without you, blah 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 blah. I won't bore you with those, but I just want you guys to know that I'm extremely thankful for all of the support that you guys have been giving me, and I hope that we can, you know, hit our little 500 subscriber goal for my birthday. So I'm just excited, and I hope you guys are too for this challenge. But yeah, as we are coming up on the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and a comment. Especially leave a comment down below what you're most excited for with the infant update and the new expansion coming out. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe. As I said, I'm trying to hit 500 before my birthday in July, and I'd love to see you guys stick around and get to know you guys in the comments. So I'm really excited to learn some usernames. But I will see you guys in my next video. I will talk to you guys later.